Hallo und herzlich willkommen zum Teil 14 von meinem Witcher 3 Gameplay. Wir sind gerade in Novigrad, aber wir machen jetzt ein paar Quests. Und zwar nicht die Reise nach Skellige, auch nicht die Triss, die können wir später machen, sondern wir machen jetzt Nebenquests. Und zwar die nächsten 20 Tage. Na, so lange nicht, aber wir wollen auf jeden Fall mal ein bisschen was geschafft haben da. Ich würde vorschlagen, wir machen es einfach Level nach Level. Beginnen wir vielleicht also mit der... was beginnen wir? Mit der... Wo ist sie denn? Mit der Kiera. Weil die haben wir schon seit einiger Zeit warten lassen. So. Dahin müssen wir. Da sind wir. Und da ist unser Wegweiser. Kommen wir da durch? Ja, da kommen wir durch. Sehr schön. Und da ist schon unser Schnellreisepunkt. So. Dann geht's dahin. Und ja, dann treffen wir auch gleich schon auf unsere gute Freundin, die Kiera. Wenn denn mein Computer sich entscheidet zu laden, natürlich. So, da wären wir. 150 Meter, das glaube ich, schaffen wir auch ohne Plätze. Wir sind, oder 150 Fuß, oder was auch immer das sein soll. Wie gesagt, das glaube ich, schaffen wir auch so. Ah, da ist ja ihre Hütte, cool. Guten Morgen, Kiera.
The rats, why did he need them?
Oh, was macht denn die da?
Kiera, what are you doing?
Geralt. You gave me quite a start.
But nay, the mage he says, bring me rats and healthy ones. Not something the cat dragged in.
This the lamp from the elf's hideout? And what's this about rats?
Nothing important. I'll explain later. Now tell me, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Wir reden mit ihr ein bisschen, oder?
Any news of your sisters from the lodge?
None. We can't know too much about one another these days. It's safer that way.
Even tried to contact one another?
I've wanted to many times. But I've no way of knowing who would answer. Or who might be listening.
Da hat sie wohl recht.
So, bet you saw this question coming. What are you doing here?
Let me think. Enjoying the country air? Admiring the unspoilt...
Das haben wir schon gehört.
Geralt.
Mean the persecution mages now face?
Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Radovid's new pastime. Pursuing anyone with a whiff of magic about them. Witch hunters. Sound familiar? Murderers scouring the north from end to end. Burning books, hanging soothsayers, torturing herbalists.
Haben wir beide schon gehabt?
Changing the subject.
Jawohl. Was will sie mit der magischen Lampe?
Why do you want the lamp?
You just witnessed why. To communicate with lost souls.
Didn't know you were interested in that kind of magic.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Why'd the elf promise you the lamp?
We traded for it. He needed powerful magic and sensed I was no common wart charmer. I brewed him a potion. To delay nervous tissue degeneration, stave off memory loss or some such.
Who'd he want to use it on?
He didn't say.
Und sie hat natürlich auch nicht nachgefragt.
Bet the old witch who lived here left you a bunch of interesting sundries.
She did indeed. I gather you'd like a look.
Very much so.
Was haben wir da alles? Egal, wir wollen da schon. Trank der Leerung. Interessante Sachen sind das. Aber die können wir uns ja ein andermal durchschauen. Ja. So. Kommen wir jetzt zum Hauptgesprächsthema.
I did, and still do. The cursed isle on Lake Windammer. You've heard of it, I'm sure. The local peasants mumble incessantly about it, about the wraiths that haunt it. They claim none who go there return.
How'd it come to be cursed?
That's what I don't know. I must break this spell, yet I've been unable to identify its source.
Gotta know something.
Scraps. The curse is somehow linked to the tower where Sarah, the lord of these lands, took refuge when Nilfgaard invaded. Claims in the village are that peasants, desperate of hunger, sailed to Fyke Isle to beg for food. Met their end there. It was a massacre. So, will you please help me lift this curse? You're so good at these things.
Reden wir noch ein bisschen, aber wir behelfen ihm natürlich. Wir sind ja ein guter, netter Witcher.
Villagers say he had them poisoned.
A real gentleman.
Well, I never met him, but he certainly didn't seem such a cruel man, judging by what a mage from the Isle told me.
A mage lived on the island? Did you know him? Where is he now?
We were friends. Sadly, he died that day as well. Very few survived. Yet even those who escaped the Isle soon suffered agonizing deaths. Strangely, they did not seem to have been poisoned.
Ein Fluch.
Why are you so intent on this?
I'm not, the local peasantry is. The Isle, miss, you've got to lift the charm. You're a good witch, a great witch. There's no end to it.
See, I thought you didn't care for the locals. The great witch you are.
I failed to lift the curse, and they could conclude I'm not so great. Not enough to conceal me from the witch hunters and risk getting sent to the gallows themselves.
What others think, your image, that's all you care about.
The point is, listen, I didn't flee to these wilds just to stupidly get caught because some boar with grit under his fingernails grows annoyed with me.
Da hat sie wohl recht.
I knew you'd find it irresistible. Naturally, you'll need to sail to Fyke Isle.
Fine. What then?
Well, the spirits who wander the Isle, you must establish a rapport with them. Don't know how, but they could point us in the direction of the curse's source.
Think they'll be willing to chat?
I shall let you keep it afterwards in appreciation. You'll find it quite useful, I'm sure.
Meint sie, dass sie sowas brauchen wird? Warum kommst du nicht mit?
Can't you just come with me?
I tried to go to Fyke Isle once. Thought my head would burst, the curse's magic was so strong.
Nice of you to send me there.
I experienced an acute nasal hemorrhage. You stand to endure a wobble of your medallion at most. At Aretusa, they trained me to detect even the subtlest magic pulses. This was like getting smacked across my haunches with a...
Funny. Thought you'd go in for that sort of thing.
Take my boat. I left it on the lake shore near the village. Should be fit to use. Provided rot hasn't eaten it, as it seems to eat everything here.
Wie funktioniert die
How's the
Lampe?
lamp actually work? I mean, do I just rub it, or do I have to do something, magical?
You needn't even rub. Just place it where you find bones and hear whispers. I suppose I should warn you, it might not be the most pleasant experience.
Figured as much. Tell you all about it later. Maybe skip the drastic bits.
You'll need to do neither. I'll give you a Xenovox. It's a bauble that will let us speak over some distance. You will tell me what you see, and I shall tell you what to do and look for.
Die gibt mir ja wirklich viele tolle Geschenke hier, die
To know
gute.
anything else before I go?
No, that is all. Oh, go already. I can't wait to see what you discover on Fyke Isle. Just be sure to come and see me afterwards. And Geralt. Thank you.
Questgegenstände, natürlich. Aber wir wollen nach Skellige. Wir wollen die Quest machen von der Kiera. Wo haben wir sie denn? Wo haben wir sie denn? Alles die Hanna, genau. Dann, das ist der Sumpf. Hä? Das ist ein bisschen komisch hier. Nebenquests. Oder ist es eine Hauptquest geworden? Nein. Das ist nicht. Das ist auch nicht. Das ist auch nicht. Das ist auch... Ah. Da. Kieras Boot, um die Räuninsel zu erreichen. Okay, gut, das Boot ist noch da. Das ist immer schön zu sehen. Und auf geht's. 500 Meter müssen wir da fahren, mein Gott. Also ihr findet ja auch interessant, wie unsere Kamera voll mit Wasser wird. Aber gut.
Geralt, can you hear me? How goes it? Where are you?
Almost there.
Splendid. I shall contact you again soon.
Wait, this Xenovox. Can I contact you with it, or is it one way?
One way only, I'm afraid. You'll have to trust my feminine intuition.
Your what?
My feminine intuition.
Wonderful.
Ja, der Geralt hat es gut zusammengefasst. Wonderful. Ob wir das überleben, wenn wir der Kiera vertrauen? Na, sie ist ja ein netter Mensch, der uns helfen will. Beziehungsweise der uns braucht, damit wir ihr helfen. Geralt, bitte absteigen, danke sehr. So. Wir wollen ein bisschen mit Queen.
Geralt?
Moderhäuter. Wäh.
Can't hear.
Ja, das ist lustig an Moderhäutern, die zerlegen sich einfach gegenseitig. Ups, so. Da laufen wir jetzt kurz weg. Und nehmen die Überreste von seinen ganzen Freunden mit. Wobei die jetzt sicher nicht befreundet waren. Sonst hätten sie sich nicht gegenseitig in die Luft gesprengt. So. Plätze, toll. Bist du auch auf der Insel? Freut mich. Lustig. Hopp, ein Ersoffener. Viele Ersoffene. Aber zum Glück können wir einfach diese Pferdepanik loswerden. Weil die will dir nichts sagen, aber ich habe nicht direkt Lust, meine ganzen Schwerter an den Lappen stumpf zu machen. Weil das braucht man ja jetzt wirklich nicht. Ein Level 6er Wasserball. Eben, schaut, die werfen Sachen. Das ist sehr ungut. So. Geralt, lauf weiter, danke sehr. Wir müssen da anscheinend drauf. Und den Turm erkunden. Unsere Lampe.
Let's try Kiera's lamp.
Where's that noble? Lying here, quiet as a mouse, head split open like a rotted pumpkin. More like a peasant now, sloshing around in his own blood and shite. Be nothing noble about him.
Too quick a death they gave him. Should have been made to suffer.
He's not the end of it. Sons can suffer for him, and the daughter. To the top!
Oh Gott. Das wird, glaube ich, eine sehr, sehr ungute Geschichte, werden wir wieder mitkriegen. Das waren die Bauern, die einen Typen getötet haben, der sich dafür barrikadiert hat.
That simpleton turned your head, but one Graham hardly makes the rest courtly, one and all.
My lord, peasants, they're through the door in the tower.
Ja. Auch nicht viel Interessantes. Beziehungsweise eine sehr grausame Geschichte. Es hat sich eine eher adlige Familie da in den Turm verbarrikadiert. Und die Bauern haben sie angegriffen. Und ja. Eigentlich wollten die Adeligen haben einfach nichts mehr gehabt. Aber die Bauern waren natürlich sauer auf sie, weil sie adelig sind. Und auch wenn man adelig ist und nichts hat, darf man trotzdem nicht leben. Deswegen, ja, haben die Bauern sie getötet. Aber es ist noch ein bisschen mehr bei der Geschichte dabei. Ich glaube, wenn ihr einfach anhört und durchliest, was da los ist, dann... Achso, das war die Kiera.
Nothing here that looks like a laboratory.
Then you've not reached the highest level. Look for a passage.
Oh, das ist aber ordentlich was. Rotes.
Someone dragged something across the floor. Or dragged it from one wall to the other, repeatedly.
Ja, und zwar so ein Schrank irgendwo. Aber ich kann den nicht verschieben. Wieso kann ich ihn nicht verschieben? Irgendwas mache ich falsch. Achso, da ist noch ein Hebel. Jetzt. Immer noch nicht. Was ist denn da los? Geht doch. Das geht doch. Da ist nichts, dann gehen wir darauf. Da wären wir. So, jetzt wird uns da die Geschichte erzählt.
Why did you leave? You claimed to love me. I'm cold. Why has no one come for me? I cannot leave this place. I see no way out. Who are you? Do you seek to hurt me as well?
Ich will dir nicht wehtun.
I want to lift the curse that grips this island. Your turn to tell me who you are. The other ghosts, they couldn't see me.
I'm special. Always was. The rare beauty. The Lord's daughter. These lands, as far as the eye can see, were ours. My family and I, we hid in the Major's tower to await the war's end, the end of hard times. It was not to be forever.
Mage who lived here. Who was he?
Alexander? I hardly knew him. He spent most of his time locked away in this tower. He's dead too, you know. They're all dead. Mountains of corpses, yet I stand here alone, all alone. They've all abandoned me. Even he who promised me everlasting love. You will abandon me as well.
If I can lift the curse, you yourself will be free to leave. Tell me what happened here. Peasants sailed to the island to ask for food. Is that true?
No. They came to rob and kill. They thought us rich, believed we'd stowed ourselves away here to laugh at their misery. Yet we had little food as well. Too little to share with those who came. They slaughtered everyone. I heard my father cry out, but the mage told me not to reveal myself or let anyone in. He gave me a potion. If I was discovered, I was to drink it. He said everything would be all right.
Hat er gesagt, ja.
Fear. Terrible fear. I feared the men who approached, but I also feared the potion, drinking it.
Didn't trust the mage?
In the village, they claimed he meddled in disease. Not curing it, but causing it. They said he lured rats into the tower, infected them with the Catriona. Only rumors, surely, but I was afraid. So horribly afraid. And then I heard him. My beloved Graham. He called to me. I opened the door for him, but others rushed in. They lunged at me and...
Your beloved failed to save you. Why?
There were too many. Leave her be, he shouted. He grabbed at them, tried to stop them. They just laughed.
Did they hurt you?
They gripped my arms, tore at my dress. I managed to free myself and drink the potion, and then... nothing.
Poisoned? That how you died?
No, for I later awoke. I was alone, it was dark. Only there were rats. Everywhere. Dozens. Hundreds. And I... couldn't move.
Sleeping potion. Effects hadn't worn off yet. You were paralyzed.
They were everywhere. All over me like insects. My face, my hands. I felt them rip open my skin, then crawl into my stomach.
Das ist sehr
They
ungesund.
tore me apart, and I could not even scream. Have I not suffered enough? Why can't I leave this place?
How can I help you?
A curse born of hatred binds me to this place. Only love's power can hope to lift it. But who could love a wraith?
And your beloved, he dead too?
Graham? No, he lives. I would know if he died. But he fled and abandoned me. Left me here all alone.
Maybe you could strip the curse of its power by forgiving him. You might cleanse the Isle. Your beloved, who is he? A noble son?
No, a poor fisherman. My father objected, strongly. He did not see us together. I miss him so. Each night I walk to the island shore to gaze upon the village. Does he remember me still?
Said before you can't leave the tower.
Did I? You must have misheard.
I don't think so.
I don't know anymore. It's all a nightmare to me.
As I see it, you're the curse's focus. The other ghosts on the island, their auras aren't nearly as strong as yours. My medallion started pulsating as soon as we started talking.
I don't know what you mean, but you do seem to know some things. You could be right. My fate is tied to the Isle, I feel that. Perhaps because I am heiress of these lands.
It could be your blood ties to the land, the base of the curse, that is. If so, forgiving Graham, laying your resentment to rest should lift it.
I loved him. I'm prepared to forgive him. But I must know that he regrets what he did. Take my bones to him. He must bury them. This will be our farewell. Will you speak to him? Will you do this?
Fine.
Einverstanden.
I'll talk to Graham. Where will I find him?
He lives in the village on the lakeshore, yet... what if he's forgotten me?
If he loved you, he'll remember, and want to help.
He said he would always love me. Go to him. Make haste, please.
Ja, wir beeilen uns und holen den Gram. Wenn ihr dann da wieder rausfindet. Tja. Also es war eben eine sehr, sehr tragische Geschichte. Ich denke, die sollte sie eh ganz gut verstanden haben. Auf jeden Fall ein armes Mädchen, was gestorben ist. Oder eine junge Dame war sie. So. Da sind wir falsch. Wir müssen da durch. Oder? Was ist das?
Gold! Piles of it! Oh, won't do the dead any good now, will it? Strange it's still here. The noble died a time ago. Who's that? Show yourself. Anyone there? Who are you?
Na gut. Hat sich auch eher ungesund angehört. Aber am Ende, glaube ich, war das einer von den Bauern, der sie ausgeraubt hat. Und das macht man nicht. Nein, nein. So, wo bin ich jetzt? Jetzt bin ich im Erdgeschoss, kann das sein? Ja. So. Wir laufen weiter, und zwar zur Insel oder zum Fischer. Und auch mit diesem Boot hier. Ein eleganter Sprung. Dann übernehmen wir das Steuer und fahren los. Wow, das sind ja ordentliche Wellen. Na gut, fahren wir weiter. Fahren wir weiter und lassen wir uns nicht von den Wellen ablenken. Ups, ich habe ein anderes Boot angefahren. Aber das hat ja keiner gesehen. Ja, natürlich. Ouch, hier haben wir gar nicht berührt. So. Wir sind eine Runde gelaufen. Und klopfen.
I wanna talk.
You deaf, damn it! I told you. Who are you?
I've been to the island. I know what happened there.
Oh, das ist aber eine leichte Überzeugung.
What do you want of me?
Want to talk to you about Annabelle.
Annabelle? What can you know about her?
I met her. Talked to her.
Annabelle's dead. Drank poison. And I couldn't save her.
Did you love her?
Something mad. Loved her so deep I believed we'd come through, believed we'd be together. Of course, it was not to her father's liking. His daughter and a plain lout.
What happened on Fyke Isle? You gotta tell me.
'Twere Millie, Finch and Faulkner. They rallied the men, all roughs, to go to the Isle, take back what was ours from the noble. They knew I was known at the tower, that the Lord's servants would open the gate for me since I sold them fish.
They forced you to go with them?
No, I saw my chance in it, for Annabelle and me to flee. But it all spun in a chaos. Our boys from the village, they started killing everyone. Annabelle, they wanted to rape. First, then she drank the poison. Mage must have gave it her. I ran out the tower, hollering that I wanted to die, cursing them all to hell. Don't force me to speak of it. No more, please.
Said you were hollering as you fled the tower, the island. What exactly did you say?
I don't remember. I wanted them to pay for what they'd done to her.
Might have cursed them. There's a powerful magic aura on Fyke Isle. Passions, evil intent, strong emotions of any kind can activate it. Your words could be the curse's source.
She took the poison because of that.
It wasn't poison. Annabelle drank a strong sleeping potion. Mage wanted to protect her, make it look like she was dead. Convinced everyone.
That means... Is she... You said you spoke to her?
Spoke to her ghost. By the time she awoke, Tower was full of cold corpses. And rats. She was warm meat. Rats ate her alive.
She was alive the whole time? But... It can't be. She was cold all through like a corpse. I shook her, begged her, open your eyes. I never thought...
It's not your fault. No guilt in not knowing, and you couldn't know it wasn't poison she drank.
Gods, what have I done? If I had stayed behind to bury her, I'd have noticed she was alive. It might have ended different, ended well.
If you'd stayed on the island, I doubt you'd have survived.
I'd take death over leaving her to the rats like that. But there's naught I can do about it now.
Wrong on that count. Annabelle needs you. Her soul will only find peace if you help her.
But what can I do? It's too late.
Bury her bones. Annabelle should be laid to rest by one who loved her. It's the only way to lift the curse that holds Fyke Isle.
There's her bones.
Yes.
Give them here. And leave me be.
Ach so, der Fluch schon gebrochen. Tja, eine tragische Liebesgeschichte. Ups. Aber gut, so ist das Leben. Und vor allem das Sterben, offensichtlich. So, wir laufen dahin zu dem Wegweiser. Hä? Was genau?
Looks like rain. Dead. Annabelle was no ordinary ghost. She's a pesta. And now she's free.
Ah, oje, oje.
A girl and plated flowers. Looks like a small shrine.
Also irgendwas ist schiefgegangen. Oje, mine. Na gut. Zumindest ist die andere Gute jetzt frei. Aber ich finde, sie hätte auch ruhig ihren Liebhaber am Leben lassen können. Aber gut. Das war ja nicht... Oder das ist ja nicht meine Entscheidung, was die Anna macht. Annabelle. Na gut, mit dem Namen Annabelle ist man fast dazu. Verdammt, irgendjemanden random umzubringen. So. Schauen wir weiter. Bisschen zu weit. Wir können es aber alles mitnehmen. Ja. Ach so, falsche Seite. So. Und dann reisen wir da nach oben und rennen zur guten Kiera. Die ist ja eh ziemlich in der Nähe, zum Glück. Aber ich wundere mich schon, dass der Geralt nicht irgendwie hätte wissen können, dass da auch ein Geist kommen kann, wenn er ihm ihre Knochen gibt. Aber gut. Hallo Kiera.
Just when I was starting to miss you.
Tell me more about this mage from the Isle. Were you two close?
Never expected you'd take such an interest in my private life.
More interested to know if you bonded as fellow magic practitioners.
Oh, we had little in common in that arena. Oh, Alexander was one of those anxious experimenters, forever short on sleep. The kind that thinks perfect happiness is an isolated tower and a full set of vials and alembics.
Fyke Isle's free of its curse.
And you withheld this news until now? Why? I gave you a Xenovox. But the curse, what was its source?
The dark spell clung to the spirit of Annabelle, the Lord's daughter. To free her and the Isle, Graham, her beloved, had to help me.
So it ended well.
Well,
I lifted the curse, so the island's clear. Annabelle's soul is free. Thing is, turned out she's a pesta. Graham's dead.
And you failed to notice? You're losing your touch. Be that as it may, Fyke Isle is free of its curse. That's important. I'm almost inclined to say good work.
One thing's bothering me.
What?
Annabelle said Alexander was studying diseases. She mentioned Catriona. You knew this?
All the mages knew about it. Alexander was a highly regarded epidemiologist. I would have given anything for an opportunity to study his notes, but he guarded them jealously.
The lamp. What do you want it?
As I said, you may keep it. I don't believe I shall need it anymore given the Isle's been cleansed. I actually regret not going there with you. Perhaps we can make up for that lost time.
Ich kann nur Lebewohl sagen, lol.
Alright. Time I was on my way.
Perhaps you'd stay just a bit longer? There's one.
What is it?
I put in an order for a few substances from Novigrad. The trader was due to be here yesterday, but has yet to arrive. Could you see what happened? The package is rather important to me.
Why not?
Ich kümmere mich drum.
Coming here from Novigrad, he must have passed through Blackbow. I'll check the area.
Thank you. I shall be ever so grateful.
Ja, genau. So. Wir sind relativ weit gekommen. Das war's aber schon mit dem Teil 14. Ich hoffe, es hat euch gefallen. Wenn ihr bis zum Ende gekommen seid und es euch auch gefallen hat, wie schon gesagt, dann lasst gerne ein Like und ein Abo da und ich freue mich, euch im nächsten Teil zu sehen.